Students, welcome to the subject Database Management System. Today's session is session number 32 and topic is Characteristics of Relations Part 2. That means yesterday I studied two characteristics, today we'll study remaining two characteristics. That is the third characteristics of relation is values and nulls in the tuples. Point number 1. Each value in a tuple is an atomic value, that is it is not divisible into components within the framework of the basic relational model. That means each value in the tuple must be atomic, not divisible. Point number 2. Hence, composite and multivalued attributes are not allowed. You can note more about multivalued and composite attributes in chapter 3 that was studied. Composite attributes is, for example, address. Address is broken down into house number, street, locality, like that. And multi-values attributes are those attributes which will have more values. For example, degrees of an learned person, he will have more degrees, like that. BA, MBA, PhD, like this. Point number 3. This model is sometimes called flat relational model. Point number 4. Much of the theory behind the relational model was developed with this assumption in mind, which is called the first normal form assumption. Students will study what is normal form and first normal form, that is a part of your syllabus, in the next chapter. Point number 5. Hence, multivalued attributes must be represented by separate relations and composite attributes are represented only by their simple component attributes in the basic relational model. So if there is multivalued attributes, you should have more than one relations. And if you got composite attributes, individual attributes should be represented, not composite attribute. Null values. An important concept is that of null values, which was used to represent the values of attributes that may be unknown or may not apply to a tuple. Students, null value is very, very important. It is basically used when values are not known. For example, height of a person. Certainly height would be there, but we do not know the value, like that, unknown. Point number 2. A special value called null, NULL, is used in these cases. Point number 3. For example, in figure 5.1, there is a table that you have studied with the previous class. Some student tuples have null for their office phones because they do not have an office. That is, the office phone does not apply to these students. Point number 4. Containing the null values. Another student has null for home phone, presumably because either he does not have a home phone or he has one but we do not know it. That is, value is unknown. Point number 5. In general, we can have several meanings for null values, such as value unknown, value exists but is not available, or attribute does not apply to this tuple. It is called as value undefined when it does not apply. An example of the last type null will occur if we add an attribute visa status to the student relation that applies only to tuples representing foreign students. So students' visas is required when you want to go to foreign. If you are not going to foreign, there is no question of visa. In that case, visa entry will be null. Point number 7. It is possible to devise different codes for the different meanings of null values. Point number 8. A comparison of two null values leads to ambiguity. For example, if both customer A and B have null addresses, it does not mean that they have the same address. Null has got different meaning, so you cannot compare two null values. Please note this. Fourth characteristics, interpretation, meaning of the relation. Point number 1. The relation schema can be interpreted as a declaration or a type of assertion. That is, a relation can be declared as a statement which is very positive or happening in nature. Point number 2. For example, the schema of the student relation of the figure 5.1 asserts that in general a student entity has a name, SSN, home phone, address, office phone, age, and GPA. Point number 3, continuing our interpretation, that is the meaning of relation. Each tuple in the relation can then be interpreted as fact or a particular instance of the assertion. Point number 4. For example, in the first tuple in the figure 5.1, that is the table I have sent, asserts that the fact that there is a student whose name is Benjamin Bear. SSN is 305-61-2435. Age is 19, so on. So students, today we have learnt another two remaining characteristics of a relation, that is values and null in the tuple, and second is interpretation or meaning of the relation. So there are four characteristics. Okay, we have studied in all. I'll be sending PDF of this. Please write it in your notebook. Thank you.